Good morning. Here I am starting my day with CrossFit. I love CrossFit because it challenges every muscle of your body. We do mobility, strength training, endurance, and flexibility, and I'm doing some thrusters here. These got to be really hard after a while. We did 9 rounds of this and some burpees and running. It's a great workout. Hi there, it's Carol here, and I'm back with another meal prep video for you. This is the weekly meal prep where I prepare breakfast, lunch, and dinner for 5 days for a few of my local nutrition clients. I make them 2 different breakfast options, 2 different lunches, and 2 different dinners so they don't get bored throughout the week. And I'm going to show you my menu this week. This week the breakfast options are overnight oats, and the second option is breakfast burritos with the tofu scramble inside. Lunch is going to be a peanut noodle salad, and the other lunch is going to be a chickpea and veggie stir fry with jasmine rice. Dinners are lentil stew with mashed potatoes, and the final dish I'm making is tamale pie. These meals are full of protein and fiber, and they're going to keep my clients satisfied throughout the week, and they won't have to worry about shopping, prepping, cooking, dishes, none of that. I'm taking care of all of that for them, so let's get started. So the first dish we're making is the tamale pie. I have a couple of carrots, and I have actually 3 small onions in here, and some pinto beans and black beans that I made from dry, and I had them in my freezer actually, and about 6 cloves of garlic. This is all starting to cook down. I just put a little water in there to get it going, and the onions are almost softened. So I'm going to go ahead and add the peppers now. I don't like the peppers to get too cooked. I have some garlic powder, maybe about a teaspoon of garlic powder and onion powder. I have 2 tablespoons of chili powder, a tablespoon of cumin, a couple of teaspoons of oregano, and I have some of this chipotle red pepper, and it's pretty spicy. I'm just going to put a few dashes of that in there to give it a kick. So you can see the water starting to evaporate now. As soon as the onions are cooked the way I like them, some of them are still a little white, so I'm going to let that go a little bit longer, and then I'll add the tomato sauce and the frozen corn and some salt and pepper, and we'll be ready to go. Our tamale pie filling is done. It looks amazing. I added the corn and the tomato sauce, and it's already thickening up really nicely. Now we're on to our lentil stew. I have a red onion, a white onion, and a couple of stalks of celery in here, about 4 stalks of celery, 6 cloves of garlic, and I'm just sweating this out with some water. I'm going to add a handful of bay leaves. I really like the taste of bay, so I like to put a lot of that in there. And I'm going to add some spices. I'm adding about a teaspoon of thyme, a teaspoon of paprika, a teaspoon of cumin, maybe almost a tablespoon, and about a tablespoon of Italian seasoning. Okay, we're just going to get this going, and then we'll add the lentils and the stock and let that cook for about 40 minutes. Okay, our stew is looking great. The onions and garlic and celery have all cooked down. Now I'm going to add these red potatoes and carrots, and a can of diced tomatoes, some better than bouillon, and a half a can of tomato paste, and stir that all together. I'm also going to add a pound of lentils and about 8 cups of water. Okay, got the lentils in there. I ended up adding 1.5 pounds of lentils, and the red skin potatoes, carrots, the veggie broth, tomato paste, and the big can of petite diced tomatoes. And then I filled it up the rest of the way with water. It's about 8 cups of water. This is going to simmer for about 40 minutes until the lentils are tender and the potatoes and carrots are cooked, and that's going to be so good. All right, the lentil stew is getting super thick, and hopefully it doesn't boil over. I am making mashed potatoes to go under the lentil stew. So just boiling some potatoes, and then I'm going to whip them up with some spices. So I've gone ahead and dished up the lentil stew with the mashed potatoes. This is so good. I ate so much of this last night. I couldn't stop. It's absolutely amazing. The flavors are just so rich and delicious in the stew. I was gifted this rice cooker, so I went ahead and made rice in the rice cooker today, and it was so quick and easy. So that is ready for the stir fry. Tofu is pressing for the tofu scramble, and water is boiling away for the pasta. I'm using whole wheat spaghetti. I love whole wheat pasta. I love the taste of it. I love the way it holds up in a meal prep. I always use whole grains when I can. I like the taste of it better than plain pasta. This takes about 7 minutes to cook. This is going to be for the noodle salad, and then I'm going to get started on the stir fry. Okay, I just diced up a red potato, a russet potato, some red onion, some red pepper, and these are going to be for the breakfast burritos. I have this Trader Joe's barbecue rub. It's got coffee and garlic in it. It's a really smoky flavor. I really like it. I like these burritos to have as much flavor as possible, so I'm just going to go ahead and use that. You could use any seasoning blend that you like, or just some chili powder, garlic powder, things like that. And then I also have our tamale pie here. This looks so amazing. You saw me make the filling, and I just put a cornbread crust on top, and this is going to go in the oven. Don't these look amazing? This is the noodle salad. You can see the pasta's down in there. A little trick I have is to toss the noodles with a little bit of the peanut dressing, just so that they don't stick together or get clumpy. I added some edamame, green onions, peanuts, cucumbers, cabbage, and carrots, and red pepper to the top of these. And I'm going to put a little peanut sauce on each one. And these are ready to go. Okay, the tamale pie is out of the oven. That looks so good. I made a little stir fry sauce for our stir fry over here. And I will put the recipe down below. It's got orange juice and orange zest in it. I have a red onion and a couple of carrots in here. I just like to give them a head start, and they look like they are done. But I'm going to add the zucchini and the yellow pepper and the chickpeas and the stir fry liquid and stir it all up until it's nice and bubbly and thick. Here is that veggie stir fry I made. It's got a little kick from the orange zest. It's so delicious. I put some sesame seeds and green onions on there, and that's ready to go. Here is that tamale pie. I just put some green onions on top. It's packed with veggies and beans, and it's got that cornmeal crust, so I'm not serving it with anything. It's like a complete meal, full of protein and fiber. Here are the breakfast burritos. I've got a little fresh spinach for some crunch, the roasted peppers, onions, and potatoes, and the tofu scramble. I'm gonna roll these up, and we just have our overnight oats left. Okay, we have our overnight oats. This is a half a cup of oats with 2 tablespoons of chia seeds, and I mixed in some protein powder, a mashed banana, some soy milk, and topped it with some berries, walnuts, and coconut flakes. Okay, look at these beautiful breadfruit that my friend gave me that I baked up, and I just ate almost an entire one. It's so good. I love breadfruit. In Hawaii, we call it ulu. It's super high in potassium, fiber, and protein. And it's kind of potato-like, but it's a little bit sweeter. It's so good. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope these meal prep videos inspire you to do some meal prep for yourself. It's really not that difficult, and it saves you time and money throughout the week, and you don't have to worry about what you're gonna eat for each meal. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.